Hello, everybody. Hello. What is going on? Welcome to another episode of Tough Love. I'm your host, Crishaun the Don. What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking, or tonight. Sorry, also, by the way, I'm a little bit late here. Couple technical difficulties I had to fix, but, you know, it is what it is. Tonight I'm going to be talking about a video I came across that is sort of being heralded. It didn't go viral as of yet, but it's being heralded as I suppose you can call it a well, this is what they're calling it. They're calling it the female Kevin Samuels. This young lady right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play her video once through, just let you guys get an idea of what she's about. And then I'm going to go back and reevaluate her video sort of piece by piece. So I don't know this woman's name. I tried to look her up. I tried to find any information on her. Couldn't find anything. So if anybody knows who this is and anybody could direct me to her, I'd actually like to get her on the show and talk to her about this. But yeah, all right. So I'm going to show you the video real quick, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
This is how men manipulate women into having sex with them. It happens in 4 stages. Stage 1, high interest. This is when they're flirting, he's texting her a lot, saying nice things, making her feel special and wanted. He's really showing that he likes her, and he takes her on this emotional high where she thinks that he could be the one. They have a lot of sexual chemistry, but she holds off on having sex with him because she doesn't want to come across as easy. Stage 2, losing interest. He starts pulling away, so he's texting her less, he's becoming more distant. She's confused because she doesn't know what she did wrong. She's thinking, is he seeing other girls? Is he losing interest because I held off on having sex with him? At this point, she's desperate to get things back to where they were, even if she might play it cool. Stage 3, the comeback. Out of nowhere, the guy comes back and he's suddenly showing interest in her again, like the first time. Now the girl's on a high again and she's determined to keep him here. She feels like she almost lost him, but because he came back, he must be serious. She's on an emotional high, and at this stage, she finally has sex with him. She thinks that's what she needs to do to keep his interest. Stage 4, the low. At this stage, the guy feels like he's conquered. Maybe he's not as interested as he thought he was. The girl's left hurt and confused as to what she did wrong.
All right, so that's the basics of what she's talking about here. Now, my issue with this is the issue that women like to they like to put themselves in the victim category, which is basically what this whole fucking video is doing. It's putting the entire game, quote unquote, that men and women have been playing for fucking centuries at this point, in terms of manipulation, rather than I don't know, flirting, sort of, again, playing the game, as opposed to it being this like as if we're predators. That's all it wants us to do. And also, this is videos for fucking cornballs that listen to this, and at the end she goes, and it's leaving the woman wondering what she did wrong. And it's like, if women would evaluate that, that's one of the big problems, is they evaluate that when it's too fucking late. You wouldn't run into these issues. So I'm just going to play this video one more time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually rewrite these stages. And I guess I could put it in the man's point of view, just to show you like what we're doing. We're combating their bullshit rather than it being us manipulating. It's them manipulating us first, even based on her whole little dissertation here. It's based on them manipulating us first, which we're not going to manipulate right away. Our manipulation is going to be if we think you're trying to manipulate us. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to point out also, when I rewrite these stages, where the manipulation and also where the disconnection between men and women, I think, come. All right, so I'm going to play it here first. So let's go stage 1.
This is how men manipulate women into having sex with them. It happens in 4 stages. Stage 1, high interest. This is when they're flirting, he's texting her a lot, saying nice things, making her feel special and wanted. He's really showing that he likes her, and he takes her on this emotional high where she thinks that he could be the one. They have a lot of sexual chemistry, but she holds off on having sex with him because she doesn't want to come across as easy.
Now, let me also, I forgot to make this point. This whole conversation that I'm having here and that she's having is based on the idea that the man and woman in question have already established a sexual connection. They've already gotten past the whole, the bullshit, and they've established that they're sexually attracted to each other. And this is on the, kind of the again, not wanting to or the first few dates, let's say, because I think that's how she put it. So this is right here where I believe the disconnect happens. It happens right away, and this is where women start to manipulate us. It's when as soon as we make it clear that we want pussy from them and that we're pursuing it, they know that they have something that we want. And this whole idea that she's going, oh well, we don't have sex right away because we don't want to appear easy, is bullshit that I've been hearing since I was fucking 12 years old. From 12 years old, that's fucking too young. Jesus Christ. 14 is when I, lost my V card. But anyway, when we start pursuing women, that's what we hear all the time, especially when it's women that we're already establishing sexual connections with. So anyway, she's acting as if the idea that I have something that if I had anything, if I have this joint and I know somebody wants it and I want to give it to them, but I go, you know what? They want it though. Even though I want to give it to them, let me see what I can get out of this. And that's kind of the game that women play. So if this is basically how I'm going to rewrite these stages. So she calls stage 1 the high. And to a man, stage 1 is actually horny. Yeah. That's where it all starts. The juices are flowing, we're ready to go. Stage 1 is horny. I see it could be as simple as this. Like, look at this young lady here on the screen, right? It's as shallow as this. I look at her and I go, you know what? I'm feeling some Asian today. You know what I mean? Don't know her. Don't know her personality. Don't know if she don't know what she can do. Don't know what her skill set is. Don't know what she does for a living. But that's all we think. It's as simple as that. So again, the whole disconnect starts here though, because it could be as simple as you establish a sexual connection, you guys do it. She even explained that it's the woman that usually is the one, well, I would say all the time, is the one that stops it. Okay, so yeah, it's this idea that, because this is the thing, this is why she calls it the high, right? It's because that's the time that a woman is being pursued, and it's the only time in the relationship that she'll ever have power, and the true power, where if and this is based on if she has good pussy or not, or if she's good at it or not. If she's not, this is the only time she'll ever have power in the relationship, and she wants to keep that power as long as possible. The disconnect is not wanting to fuck because she doesn't want to look easy. The disconnect is that she wants the power. She wants to hold that power. So anyway, let me continue on with this nonsense.
Stage 2, losing interest. He starts pulling away, so he's texting her less, he's becoming more distant. She's confused because she doesn't know what she did wrong. She's thinking, is he seeing other girls? Is he losing interest because I held off on having sex with him? At this point, she's desperate to get things back to where they were, even if she might play it cool. Stage 3.
Okay. So, stage 2, she calls losing interest. Now it's as simple as this. Maybe that's what she's perceiving. That's what women are perceiving, and to a degree, she's kind of right. But in reality, stage 2 isn't necessarily losing interest. Stage 2 is this bitch is playing games. Listen, That's the problem, is that we're always thinking you're playing games because you're even admitting that you're fucking playing games. We both want to fuck. You know that you want to fuck. I want to fuck. Why are we not fucking? It's because you don't want to look too easy. Please. And I'm going to get back to the whole easy thing at the end of this. That's going to be my wrap up to this. So just keep that as a bullet point in your mind. But yeah, stage 2 isn't really that complicated. It's we're aware of the games that you're playing, and we only let you play those games for a little bit until we realize that you're not gonna not play games, until we play games back. And that's where you get twisted into this whole manipulation thing. And the thing is this, it's not that at the end of the day, we're both manipulating each other. The problem is that the reason why women have problem with it is because we're just better at the manipulation game. They lose every single time unless it's some fucking lame cornball who doesn't know how to play the game. So, yeah, like I said, that's that. And the thing is we're not necessarily losing interest. This is the time where we pull back and we reconfigure. Is, okay, this bitch is playing games, so now I'm not gonna give her the same interest and the same and put in the same time that I was when I didn't think she was playing games, when I thought it was just a mutual thing. And that's right before or right after the disconnect. That's where we go into. So again, let's continue.
Stage 3, the comeback. Out of nowhere, the guy comes back and he's suddenly showing interest in her again, like the first time. Now the girl's on a high again and she's determined to keep him here. She feels like she almost lost him, but because he came back, he must be serious. She's on an emotional high, and at this stage, she finally has sex with him. She thinks that's what she needs to do to keep his interest.
Okay. So stage 3. She calls the comeback. It's when a guy comes back and, he's, again, and remember from my position, he's reconfigured. But stage 3 is called the comeback to her, but to us, stage 3 is called, I'm still horny though. Listen, we want to fuck. We're trying to fuck. You know why we're trying to fuck? Because we're always trying to fuck. It's never it's a thing that never ends. No matter what. Doesn't matter how much of a cunt you're being, we're still trying to fuck you. If anything, we're trying to fuck you more, just to sort of like get over that goddamn hump, this goddamn roadblock that you've created. So yeah, now at this stage, a man is usually frustrated and believes that you're wasting his time, because I mean, let's face it, you are wasting his time. You're fucking wasting his time. So he has to play the game that you've forced us into playing. Now he will not only will he not make time for you anymore, but he'll only contact you when he has like literally nothing else to do. Because when you're bored and, you have nothing to do, you might as well try to, continue your pussy quest, your never-ending pussy quest. And, since it's not wasting any valuable time, that's when he's going to text you. That's why you don't get as much contact. It's because we're not going to invest the time in some bitch that's playing games with us. Again, let me reiterate, this is all based on her already showing you sexual attraction. You've already established that connection. I'm not telling women to go out there and just fuck anybody. That's not the comments here. That's not the message here. So yeah, basically that's stage 3. So let's go on to stage 4.
Stage 4, the low. At this stage, the guy feels like he's conquered. Maybe he's not as interested as he thought he was. The girl's left hurt and confused as to what she did wrong.
Okay, so the girl's left confused and wondering what she did wrong. Stage 4, the low. It's so sad. Now, it's funny, it goes from the high to the low with women. And This is what stage 4 is, and this is why women see it as the low. It's because the pursuit is over. Um, and to a man, stage 4 and the final stage for any good man is what I like to call the appraisal. It's when you, now that it's all said and done, now that the smoke is cleared, you busted your nuts, both of you, hopefully. This is the time where a man starts to balance whether or not the sexual experience was worth the time and the effort that he put into it. Um, the most important thing to a man is time. The reason why money is important to a man is because it represents the time that we sacrificed to get that money. That's what we think of. That's why, like, no matter how much money a man has, it's, it's not really a problem to spend the money on things that we like to spend the money on, but we think a little bit more differently because our work is a little more strenuous than women's work. So no matter what, even if you have the same job, you're doing different shit. It is what it is. So time is more important to a man than it is a woman. It's more valuable to a man than it is a woman. And they know that, which is why they always want us to spend time with them. And at this point, at the appraisal, this is why I think women like her don't usually make it past the appraisal, because she's admitting she didn't make it past this stage and she's left wondering what she did wrong. I think it's because women don't understand that in the pursuit of pussy, men are also multitasking at the same time. We're also evaluating the entire time. We're evaluating what else are you bringing to the table while we're chasing the pussy, because once you get the pussy, it's like, all right, now what? You know what I mean? And at this point, a woman, I'm not saying now a woman needs to be bringing money or be bringing protection or anything a man needs to bring in their role. I'm talking things like this. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine today when I was getting ready for this show. And I told her that the evaluation that men go through is usually, and this is for me, maybe tell me if I'm wrong, it's usually, okay, the pussy was good or whatever the pussy was. The second question to me is always, can she cook? I don't know. She hasn't shown me that she can cook. Maybe she could. Maybe she can't. But my point is this, is that in these stages, there's no point in where women are showing, this is what I also bring. Not these new women. And this is the problem with the whole thing, and this is what the conclusion of this whole thing is this is all old game that this woman is trying to play, right? Because think of it this way. It's this whole thing of I'm waiting for pussy. That whole game is over now. And that's not our fault. That's women's fault. Well, I guess it's always our fault because we've I guess pressured society to a degree. But the fact that women give in and women are so sexual liberation is what fucked women in this game, and which is why they see it as manipulation. The thing is this whole idea that we're gonna, once we've established a sexual connection, we're going to go out on all these dates and we're going to do all this stuff. We live in a world where women are having one night stands with random dudes they meet on fucking Tinder and, at the club or wherever the fuck. And my thing is, I'm not going to wait longer and the more I have to wait in this world of giving up your pussy in a one night stand, is the more I'm gonna add that balance, the appraisal. It's gonna take away from the pros, and it's gonna be a con to where to get. Meaning this, if the thing is this. Sorry, women tend to only do this to the men that they like, and they'll let guys that they don't like fuck them on the first night. So again, they're trying to play the game that their grandmothers played, where their grandmothers were, typically they were virgins when they were holding out their pussy for a guy that they liked. So it meant something. It had value. But now you're holding out pussy that's, it's like you're holding up this beaten up pussy and going, hey, you got to wait for this. And it's kind of like there's a difference between the two. So my thing is this is women need to understand that the more they're fucking, the less value they have to their body and to their vagina and to, their entire, I guess, personality. It adds to it. So that's kind of the thing is sexual liberation ruined this game for women. And women are now better off just fucking the guy that they somewhat like and that they're sexually attracted to, and either hoping he's a fucking cornball who's gonna go, oh, her pussy is good, so I'm gonna stay just for that, and not appraising her, whether or not she can bring anything else to the table. Or women need to start showing that they can bring something else other than pussy. And even at this point, it's got to be more than the being a good mother and doing that. You gotta show that you have way more skills now, because to men now, that's what they're looking for. You're not old fashioned virgins anymore. You're a bunch of fucking ratchet whores. Like, we're not waiting for it. If I meet a girl that I actually like, right? And she tells me that she's had a one night stand before and she doesn't let me fuck on the first night, then I can never take her seriously. Because her whole game, all her logic is fucking out the window. Because you don't have the value that you think you do. Pleasure isn't the value. Like, it is for the timing, but it's like, you can, if we're talking about that, then you're just talking about vagina as, a tool, an apparatus, if you will. So yeah, that's kind of what we're down to, and this is my thing, and this is my cheat code around this stage nonsense, is once you get to that disconnection of stage where we get to stage 2, this bitch is playing games. At that point, I'm only, in my mind, I'm just fuck buddy, and that's where you're better off. Just because when women start setting these parameters of now you're her boyfriend, now the logic goes out the window, and it's now you got to wait for pussy, now you got to wait for this, now you got to do, and it's like, what do you like, what game are we playing anymore? The game is over. The jig is up. The jig is fucking up. So, ladies, if this is your best your best idea for a this is your Kevin Samuels, Jesus fucking Christ. It's hilarious because this whole video shows that why women can't compete with men's logic. Just the fact that they're calling her the female Kevin Samuels, and she has nowhere near the logic or reasoning that he had. It just shows they can't compete with us, so they play the victim game, and they call our strategy to get around the fucking female ego and the arbitrary, nonsensical rules that they set for the men that they like. They want to call that manipulation. And it's not. It's not. If they want to call it manipulation, I call what we do counter manipulation, as opposed to manipulation. We're playing the game. If it wasn't for this nonsense about I don't want to look too easy, again, and then you're sexually liberated now. Um, and let's say you're not sexually liberated. Let's say you don't believe in that. You got to make it clear now that that's what you are. You can't pretend you're virgins because most men aren't virgins. They know what a virgin pussy feels like as opposed to a loose box. You get what I'm saying? So you kind of fucked yourselves, women. That's basically what it is. And men like me just capitalize. You know why? Because I'm a sexist, and I can talk the conversation. I don't have to go through all this nonsense. Once it gets to the stage this bitch is playing, I say that I say stage 2 out loud. Let's go, bitch, you're playing. Just go. Just go. You're wasting my time. And that's pretty much it. Once you call her out, once you break the fourth wall, it's over. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my ideas here. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. If you agree. See a few people in the chat over here. Jay Blaze, what's good? YouTube ban my comments. Deconstructing the whole argument in its most simple way. Love it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's what this whole show is about. We've I think I'm gonna reiterate this. I think too many of these shows about relationships have overcomplicated it, and they talk about women like they're fucking aliens, and they don't realize that we're just better than them. That's pretty much it. And once we realize that we're better than them again, like our forefathers did, we'll be back in control, and they'll be happy being out of control. So that's what we have to do here. Is we have to let men know that it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be sexist. It's okay to see women as weaker. I don't know. See anything wrong with that? Because then this is why I tell any girl that I've ever been with, this is why I have to see you as weaker, and why I say that is because then innately I have to protect you. It puts it in my head that you're weaker. There's no, oh, she's got it. Got what? Got fucking what? You barely have it when I'm there. So I have to look at them as weaker in order to have that innate feeling. Yeah, because I used to buy into the, hey, women are stronger than men and all that nonsense. And then you'd go out and something would happen and she looks at you and go, "Why didn't you protect me?" Oh, I didn't. I thought you had it. Why didn't you lift that heavy thing for me? I thought you were a strong woman. It fucks you in the end. So now that I just go, because all I'm putting up with when I go, you're weaker than me. Let me get it. They just give me a face, or they do, but they're happy that I'm lifting something they can't lift. It's at the end they like it. So it's again, men, be sexist. Be don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of that. Pass the word. And be like that in real life. Don't just be like that on the internet. There's a lot of how there's a lot of internet gangsters. There's a lot of internet sexists. Satirical sexists. They pretend to be sexist on the internet because it gets them views from the the incel community. So yeah, let's see what else we got. Preach, brother. Thank you. YouTube banned my comments. I like that name. It's like one of those like famous YouTube names. Like I feel like I've seen you comment on random videos. I think I shouted out Jay Blaze. Misfit Ramdale. Did I shout you out? Don't know. It's all right. What's good? Michael Hockerjoss. Hockenjoss. That can't be a real name. There's no way. Jay Blaze, give up the box. Give up the box. Basically. Basically. Basically, just give it up, and either prove that you have more. And I'm giving women game here. I don't think a lot of women understand that they don't know about the appraisal. And if they understood that we're not just fucking dumb, dumb pussy zombies that will do anything for because there's a lot of men that are. But once they realize that we're smarter than that, it's fucking over. So yeah, and once they realize that we're smart enough that we're actually appraising them, they're gonna actually be on guard a little more. And when I say on guard, they're gonna guard their place in your life, in your relationship. And that's another reason why I tell people all the time that you gotta be attractive to other women. Because your woman has to know that she can, just like, you always have the fear. And this is another thing that I tell women, is that they're more responsible for proving that they're faithful before we are, because for them to get dick is relatively easy, as opposed to us getting pussy. It takes some kind of skill for us to get pussy. We have to talk. We have to be good talkers. We have to be funny. We have to be charming. We have to, be multifaceted. All a woman has to do is point at a guy and point at her pussy and say, "Hey, fuck this." She doesn't even have to be attractive with the terminology. Just fuck this, and a dude will do it. So, for them, they need to prove that we're gonna be faithful. That's why women are always attracted to players, and they're attracted to men that get a lot of women. It's because they have something to compete for. Women are competitive. So I'm not saying to go out there and cheat. What I'm saying, though, is that when, like, for instance, you guys go out to a restaurant, she has to see that you can speak to other women. You can be attractive and charming to other women, so that she looks at that and goes, "Oh fuck, I gotta be prettier, or I gotta be this, I gotta be funnier, I gotta cook better, so we don't go out to restaurants and he attracts other women." You get what I'm saying? Women think that way. So a lot of men like to keep insuring women more than going, "Yeah, I got other women that like me." So, and I'm not speaking bullshit. Listen, if my girl's watching right now, just know there's other women that like me. There's a lot of women that like me. You're not the only one that's attracted to this dickhead on the show right now. So always remember that, sweetie. And that's what you do. That's what you do. And see, that's gonna buy me at least a year of just being relaxed and chilled in the relationship. See what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get out of here. See if there's any other stuff. No, nothing else. Jay Blaze with the emojis. Excuse me. Holy fuck. All right, let me get out of here, guys. We will be back. We're gonna do Bad Sports tomorrow with Jay Blaze and Wonder. What happened? The Heat won, I guess. I don't know. They're all fucking happy, so I know their teams won. So yeah, that's all good. Bad Sports tomorrow, around 8:00. Right here on this very channel. And then me and Wonder will be back for a Kayfabe Cartel sometime in between the week, and then the Misfit Nation podcast on Friday. Actually, we might not be doing a show this Friday, but I will have Jay Blaze and Wonder announce that tomorrow on Bad Sports. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned to the channel. Stay tuned for more tough love. And to this broad, don't take any of this personal. I was just showing you a little bit of tough love. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and fuck off.
Tough love.
Yeah. Give me the good. They say me want the good. So give me the good. You say you want the good. Say you want the good. You say me want the good.
Tough love.
You say you want the good. And you say you want the wood. Me woulda take her if I could. Bend her back way and just give her a show. You don't mix up the signal. Just let me pick up the signal. This next when she show up in a thin dress. If she not give you the best, you're not the interest. Nah, give me the good. Me say me want the good go. Give me the good. Me say me want the good go. More pressure, more pressure, more pressure. Yeah. More pleasure, more pleasure, more pleasure. Yeah. Me say me want this special, and you say you want this special. Touch your spiff and don't stress now. Go on. More pressure, more pressure, more pressure. Yeah. Give me the good. Me say me want the good go. Give me the good. You say you want the good go. Say you want the good go. Say me want the good go. More pressure, more pressure, more pressure. More pleasure, more pleasure, more pleasure. Say me want this special, and you say you want this special.